తీసేయాలా ఎక్కడి నుంచి క్రిష్ 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 ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పేది కూడా రికార్డ్ అవుతుందా మరి నేను చెప్పేది రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about the odontogenic tumors of the oral cavity. These odontogenic tumors, these are mainly benign or malignant tumors. The benign tumors are of two types: the odontogenic epithelium without odontogenic ectomesenchyme. In this comprises of the ameloblastoma, calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. This is also called as CEOT, and the adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. This is called as AOT. I repeat, ameloblastoma, calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor, which is also called as CEOT, and the adenomatoid odontogenic tumor, which is called as AOT. Coming to the odontogenic epithelium with ectomesenchyme, with or without the hard tissue involvement, we come across calcifying odontogenic cysts, complex odontomas, and compound odontomas. Odontogenic ectomesenchyme with or without odontogenic epithelium, which comprises of odontogenic fibroma, myxomas, and the cementoblastomas. Coming to the variants of ameloblastomas, it comprises of follicular ameloblastoma, plexiform ameloblastoma, and so on. Coming to the follicular ameloblastoma with squamous metaplasia. Here, islands of epithelium which resemble the enamel organ epithelium in the mature fibrous stroma. The epithelial nest consists of a core of a group of polyhedral, loosely arranged cells resembling the stellate reticulum. A single layer of tall columnar ameloblast-like cells, these surround the central core. You can see the ameloblastic follicles where we can observe the squamous metaplasia in the center and the fibrous stroma. A single layer of tall columnar ameloblast-like cells which surround the central core. You can appreciate the tall columnar cells in the center, and it also shows the squamous metaplasia. The nuclei of these cells are located at the opposite pole to the basement membrane. This is called as reverse polarity of the cells. The central portion of the islands are occupied by the stellate reticulum-like cells, and these exhibit squamous metaplasia. So this is the histological section showing the follicular ameloblastic cells, which shows squamous metaplasia. Coming to the follicular ameloblastoma with cystic degeneration, the islands of epithelium that resemble the enamel organ epithelium in mature fibrous stroma. The epithelial nest consists of a core of polyhedral, loosely arranged cells resembling the stellate reticulum pattern. A single layer of tall columnar cells are appreciated along the ameloblast-like cells which surround the central core. This is the central core of cells where we can see the loosely arranged stellate reticulum-like cells, and the palisading ameloblast-like cells are seen around the loosely arranged fibrous stroma. The nuclei of these cells are located at the opposite pole of the basement membrane, which shows the reverse polarity of the cells. The central portion of islands occupied by the stellate reticulum-like tissue may undergo complete breakdown or cystic degeneration. It is called as the cystic degeneration of the cells. Here you can appreciate the cystic degeneration in the right side down portion. Coming to the another form of ameloblastoma where we can see the plexiform-like cells. Here we can see the long anastomosing cords of odontogenic epithelium, and these cords of epithelium are bounded by columnar ameloblast-like cells, and between these layers may be found stellate reticulum-like cells. See, here you can see anastomosing cords of ameloblast-like cells, and here you can see the stromal degeneration. And you can also see the stellate reticulum-like area, means star-shaped pattern. The supporting stroma tends to be loosely arranged and vascular. So this is what we read about plexiform ameloblastomas. So these are the two important forms of ameloblastomas. First one is the follicular ameloblastoma and the second one is the plexiform ameloblastoma. Coming to the adenomatoid odontogenic tumor, this is most commonly known as AOT. It is called as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. The tumor is made up of multinodular proliferation of spindle, cuboidal and columnar cells. Means here we see all the three variants, spindle cells, cuboidal cells and the columnar cells in a variety of patterns, like they are arranged in the form of sheets, strands and whole masses in a scanty stroma. This is called as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. Here the cells are arranged in the form of the petals of a rose flower. So this is described as a rosette-like structure or rosette-like pattern. The epithelial cells form rosette-like structure about a central space. These epithelial cells may form tubular form or duct-like structures, which are characteristic feature. These consists of a central space which is surrounded by a layer of columnar cells. The nuclei of these columnar cells are polarized away from the central space. Understood? This is either a tubular or duct-like structures which have a characteristic feature. They consist of central space which is surrounded by a layer of columnar cells. The nuclei of these columnar cells are polarized away from the central space. The duct-like structures are lined by an eosinophilic rim. This eosinophilic ring is also called as a hyaline ring. The eosinophilic rim is also called as an hyaline ring. This is a characteristic feature of adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. Here you can see the hyaline ring, the rosette-like arrangement of the cells and the duct-like structures. See the rosette-like arrangement of cells, the hyaline ring in the center and the duct-like structures and the fibrous capsule. Coming to the calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor. This is popularly known as Pindberg's tumor because it was described by J.J. Pindberg. This is described as a Pindberg's tumor. Here, the arrangement of cells in the form of polyhedral epithelial cells in the fibrous stroma is appreciated. The tumor cells have a well-outlined cell border with a finely granular eosinophilic cytoplasm and intercellular bridges are prominently seen here. Here, the tumor has well-outlined cell border with a finely granular eosinophilic cytoplasm and intercellular bridges are prominently seen. The nuclei are frequently pleomorphic. I hope you all know what is pleomorphic. Means many forms. The nuclei are frequently pleomorphic with giant nuclei and multinucleation. Means it has a multinuclear appearance. And the nuclei is giant nuclei, means it has a large size of nucleus. The large areas of amorphous, eosinophilic, hyalinized extracellular material are also present here. The tumor islands are often enclosed masses of this hyaline. This results in a cribriform appearance. So this has a characteristic cribriform or a vessel-like appearance. So this is the intercellular bridges and the polyhedral shaped epithelial cells. See, this is the polyhedral cells and eosinophilic polyhedral epithelial cells. Here you can see the hyperchromatic nuclei and the calcifications. Coming to the next one, calcifying odontogenic cysts. These are well-defined cystic lesions found in a fibrous capsule and a lining of the odontogenic epithelium of 4 to 10 cells of thickness. Here we can appreciate a thickness of 4 to 10 layers of cell thickness. The basal cells of the epithelial lining may be cuboidal, columnar, and are similar to the amyloblasts. Hope you all know what are amyloblasts. Amyloblasts are enamel-forming organs. The cells of the epithelial lining may be cuboidal or in columnar shape. The overlining epithelium may resemble the stellate reticulum of an ameloblastoma. The eosinophilic ghost cells are altered epithelial cells and are characterized by the loss of nuclei with preservation of the basic cell outline and are seen within the epithelial components. Here we can see the cystic lumen and the large ghost cells and the stellate reticulum-like cells, which shows large connective tissue spaces. Coming to the cementifying fibromas, these tumors consist of fibrous tissue that exhibits varying degrees of cellularity and contains mineralized materials. The tumor composed of many delicate interlacing collagen fibers, which are interspersed by large number of active and the proliferating fibroblasts. The spherules of basophilic cementum-like material often it demonstrates peripheral brush borders that blends into adjacent connective tissues. So this comprises of the tumors of the oral cavity. And the second important thing is salivary gland tumors. Here just I will discuss the outline of salivary gland tumors. These are again of two types, benign tumors and malignant tumors. Benign tumors, the most important of the benign tumors are pleomorphic adenoma, Warthin's tumor, canalicular adenoma, basal cell adenoma, and oncocytoma. I repeat, the benign tumors are pleomorphic adenoma, Warthin's tumor, canalicular adenoma, basal cell adenoma, oncocytoma. Coming to the malignant tumors, they comprise of adenoid cystic carcinoma, mucoepidermoid carcinoma, acidic cell carcinoma, and clear cell carcinoma. So students, you need to know about what are odontogenic or odontogenic tumors or the tumors comprising of the jaws, oral cavity, maxillary tumors or mandibular tumors. The next thing is what are the important salivary gland tumors to you, which has two important ones, pleomorphic adenoma and Warthin's tumor. And in the next class, we will going to discuss about the fractures of the tooth, fractures of the jaws, fractures of the maxillary jaw and fractures of the mandibular jaw. Thank you.